Hey everyone, it's Nicholas, Presence of God Ministry. Website is, of course, remedyofgod.org. I just put an article on the site today, just a few minutes ago. It's titled, Christians are being burned alive, beheaded. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Christians are being burned alive, beheaded, crucified, tortured to death, and imprisoned in metal shipping containers. I already got the article open over here on another tab. Let me zoom in some here for you. Let's check out what it says here. It says the coming persecution of Christians has already begun. It is already here. So why is the mainstream media in the United States almost totally silent about this phenomenon? When some politician somewhere around the globe inadvertently offends homosexuals or Muslims, it instantly makes headline news. But very few Americans are even aware that it has been estimated that 100 million Christians are currently facing persecution and that approximately 100,000 Christians die for their faith each year. And it goes on from there, and it gets pretty graphic to some extent, but there's a reason this is happening the way it's happening. First of all, we know that this was prophesied. This is the little time of trouble that the scriptures speak of. But here, this is something I wanted to bring up here. A lot of the churches are teaching there's a secret rapture, and then there's a 7-year tribulation period after that rapture, right? So just go to the prophecy section of the website, go down to false prophecies, and the first one you can click on, of course, if you want, would be 7-year tribulation. On this page, I show all the evidence and all the scriptures that they refuse to share on their pulpits, as well as historic documentation that prove this great tribulation already happened. 500 million Christians were killed by the Roman Catholic Church. We've even got the book online. If you go to RCC Exposed, go down to where it says Fox's Book of Martyrs, you can get a pretty graphic idea as to how these people, the entire book is here, where it outlines, it speaks of 500 million Christians, whereas all the churches today say 50 million or 100 million, but it's actually 500 million in this book. But getting back to this 7-year trib thing, there's a reason that they don't want the people to know about the certain prophetic events and certain prophets, or rather scriptures that are mentioned in the Bible, regarding a so-called 7-year trib, because if the people knew what the Bible says about this, they would know that their teachers and their preachers are lying to them. Then if you go in the prophecy section again and scroll down to false prophecies once more and go down to a secret rapture, you'll have to do another click on there because I got a little blurb on the front of it, so just click, read entire file online. And on this page, I outline not only certain major prophetic events that they kind of like intertwine in regards to the second coming, I show all the Bible verses that show there is not going to be a secret rapture. There's going to be a rapture, yeah. The word rapture is not in the Bible, but it means to be caught up and taken away, and that happens when Jesus comes back. But there's not going to be 7 nanoseconds, let alone 7 years, for people to get right with God. In fact, now this is why it's not mentioned in American media, as well as any Western media. Any countries that have these false teachers in there that talk about a 7-year trib or a secret rapture, they can't allow what's happening in the world today, where 200,000 Christians are being killed every year by the Muslims alone. And I'm not counting North Korea, China, or India either. 200,000 alone. 1 every 2 minutes, I believe it is being killed by a Muslim right now. They can't let the people know about that because that's the prophesied little time of trouble that they say happens after everyone is raptured and during the 7-year trib. There's actually a few prophecies that they claim happened during the 7-year trib and after the people leave the planet that are already happening now. So this proves they're wrong. This proves they're false teachers, false prophets, false pastors, all of them. It proves it, and this is why they can't let the American media know about this major push all around the world to kill the Christians. They can't let this out. They can't let it out there because it makes them look bad. It also prevents them from keeping people in the pews. And here's another thing. If you go to the prophecy section and go to prophecies of today, scroll down to 501c3 page. This right here will give you an idea as to why these preachers have the ability to prevent the media from mentioning what's happening now with the Christians all around the world. Yeah, they mention it a lot, but nowhere near the numbers that's actually happening. It's because on March 7, 2006, George W. Bush put into law that if you have a 501c3, if your pastor has a 501c3, he's considered a government agency, which means he not only has the ability to lobby law, He's got all sorts of money. Well, in fact, the so-called Christian Church in America has billions now that they can actually use to keep the media quiet, just like politicians do. So I just thought I'd share this with you because I didn't want to go into all that when I put this article on the site today. I mean, I got a little wordy, but, there's only so much room for me to, I don't want to get crazy wordy on the main page there, so I figured I'd just make this quick video. So please share it with as many as possible. Please subscribe. And again, thank you for watching. God bless.